Good afternoon, everybody. We are back with another live this week. Let me just get my lighting together. Hopefully, you guys can see me well. I'm hoping that also the time for the live wasn't off because when I went to go on, it said 9:30 a.m., but I put 12:30 p.m. So I hope you guys weren't thrown off at all. But what's great about this live stream is that even if you miss it, you can check it out later on in the day. So let me just get this light together. One moment. So I want you guys to be able to see me well. There we go, a little bit brighter. So I hope you guys are having a good week so far. Happy Wednesday. And so this week, the discussion is going to be deep conditioners and herbs. So in the description box, I will have the links for the other lives that I've done on shampoos. And the other one was clays, pre-poos, and scalp exfoliants. That's what we talked about in previous lives. So what I'm also going to talk to you later on at the end of the live about is how you can get all of this information compiled and you can look at and keep in your own arsenal to refer back to. And also reiterating that I do curl education classes. So it's a one-on-one experience where you can talk about your hair concerns, how you can take better care of your hair, and creating a regimen that works for you and at your pace and for your texture, because that's important. Focusing on what works for your hair. So, hi Susan, how are you? Thank you for joining in, guys. So, I was going to wait a little bit to see if some more people will come in. I really do hope that that time frame didn't throw some people off, but we'll kind of just get into it. And as people come in, we can just be able to answer any questions that you guys have. If you do have questions and I don't get to it right away, I'll make sure to get to your questions toward the end. And if you are watching this on the replay and you have questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section and I'll make sure to get back to you. So let's talk about deep conditioners and different conditioners that are out there. There are rinse out conditioners and then there are deep conditioners. And then there's different types of deep conditioners. There's masks and then there's treatments. And so sometimes it could be a little confusing when you're grabbing one. Which one do I get? Is there a difference? Does it matter? And it really just matters on what your hair needs are at the time. So deep conditioners, the main target is to soften your hair while moisturizing it when you use it weekly, or whenever you do wash your hair, because some people do not wash their hair weekly. And also just to touch on that too, because I think I talked about it in one of my lives on my Instagram, and I was saying how you should wash your hair weekly, and someone was like, oh, I feel attacked. And I would be wrong to say that I wash my hair weekly. I do it as much as possible. I wash my hair bi-weekly sometimes, depending on my energy levels. And again, what my hair needs are. You might notice where you may live or where you are that you need to do your hair more often, or in certain seasons, you may do your hair a little bit less and it might be in more of a protective style. So that's really up to you. However, whenever you do wash your hair, making sure that you use a shampoo, making sure you're using deep conditioner, and also to keep in mind if you are going to stretch your hair out to a certain time frame, implementing that moisture back into your hair throughout that time, because when you kind of just leave your hair to chance, then it's going to be more prone to breakage and split ends. So moisture is important in between that time if you are going to wait past 7 days. So again, depending on your hair's porosity will determine if your hair gravitates more toward thicker or thinner consistencies of deep conditioners. So when I show you the deep conditioners that will break down to, you'll see the different consistency of them. And I've kind of spoken about this before too with hair porosity. You will know how you need to apply the product to your hair. If it is more of a thicker deep conditioner, then if you're low porosity, you need that heat so it can melt it down into your cuticle of your hair. Also, when you're applying it, not just to grab it, go like this and slap it on your hair, really work it into your hands so that you can get the deep conditioner really running through your hair strands. So that's, it's a lot of trial and error. You're going to learn how you need to apply these things into your hair. And it's important to know what your hair is so that you're able to pick the right products. Now, deep conditioning masks and treatments. So they're basically the target of those types of deep conditioners are to strengthen your hair and maintain moisture in your hair longer. So if you notice 1 week or one wash week that your hair is just super dry and it needs that moisture back, you might want to try doing a treatment or a mask. And then that way your hair can just get that moisture back into it. You may not do it every wash week, but certain weeks you might realize, you know what, let me add a little bit more moisture into my hair and do a mask or a treatment. And again, usually on the actual um, bottle itself, I don't have any here currently. Oh, actually I do. So one of them I'm going to show you what it looks like. Usually it says it on there that it's a mask or a treatment. So you'll be able to determine whether it's just a regular deep conditioner or not. And then we're going to talk a little bit about co-washing. So with co-washing, it's a gentler way of cleansing your scalp and your hair. However, it does not do the same as a shampoo. That's really important. You should never X out shampoo altogether. But if you do wash your hair religiously every week, say 1 week you want to do shampoo, another week you want to co-wash, or maybe 1 week you shampoo, and then like if you're going to extend your hair out for like two weeks or 2.5 weeks, you do a co-wash in between just to get moisture back in, but still it kind of gets a little bit of whatever is on your hair out, but it does not replace a shampoo. That's really important to know. Which is why I don't really recommend doing co-washing consistently, because you are going to be more prone to build up over time due to certain silicones that are in the products too. If you do co-wash, you want to look for ingredients that are water-soluble silicones in the ingredients. When you have water-soluble ingredients, what that means is it doesn't cause buildup and it easily penetrates through the hair shaft because it has that water in it. So certain silicones are really bad. Certain silicones are okay to have in your products. So that's a whole nother topic. But I'll even get into that towards the end of this live to explain what I'll be offering in these. We'll save it. But just to kind of say, if you are educated or know about silicones, if you do have that in your products, to get more water-soluble silicones. Hello, Boo. Thank you for joining. So we're getting into basically knowing the difference between a deep conditioner. It targets to soften your hair and moisturize it. Conditioning masks and treatments strengthen your hair and maintain the moisture longer. And then co-washing is a gentle way of cleansing your scalp, but does not replace shampoo because it doesn't have the ingredients in it to fully cleanse and get buildup off of your hair. So now that we understand that, let's get into the deep conditioners that I recommend. So the first one we'll start off with is from Looks Locks Curls. It's her Blueberry Pie Deep Conditioner. Now listen, I love something that smells amazing, and this smells like a blueberry pie. So this is the deep conditioner here. This is what it looks like. And the consistency, it's thick, but it's creamy. So it melts into your hair, although it's more of a thicker consistency. So just want to show that to you. So it's creamy. So even though it might be a little thick, it still can melt down very easily. So y'all know we don't waste in these streets. So just going to melt that down. Oof. Okay, there we go. So let's talk about this deep conditioner here. So the key ingredients: aloe vera, coconut oil, mango butter, olive oil, and silk protein. So let's talk about this in more depth, because I know I mentioned before how I have coconut oil sensitivity. Some of you might have that as well. It's okay if I put a little deep conditioner in there. So the aloe vera, let's just kind of break down the ingredients and what is good about each. The aloe vera is excellent for providing moisture into our curls. It conditions, improves damaged and dry hair. The coconut oil, it's packed with fatty acids and vitamins that nourish your scalp and strengthens your hair. If you are sensitive to coconut oil like I am, even though I have not experienced any issues with this deep conditioner, try it once, kind of give it a gap, maybe not use it every week. if certain products in general consist of coconut oil. It depends also where it's at in the ingredient list. If it's not the first ingredient or in the first 5, then it may not be as saturated in the product. And it might depend. Your hair might like coconut oil if it's mixed in a product, but not if you use it alone. So kind of knowing when your hair kind of lets you know, I don't like this. Also, if you have high porosity hair, coconut oil is your best friend. Well, for some people may have high porosity hair, and they still may not like coconut oil. Again, it's going to be trial and error and kind of knowing what your hair likes. Like, that's the biggest thing I can say. You're going to know what your hair likes at the end of the day. So just being mindful. What this is being mindful of the ingredients, knowing what your hair is looking for, and how the ingredients target your hair concerns. So another ingredient, mango butter. That's one of my favorites because it really, really provides moisture to your hair. It aids in growth, and it helps with the elasticity of your curls, and it conditions your scalp. Now, the silk protein. I know sometimes when you hear protein, that might be a little scary, but silk protein is different than traditional proteins in products. It performs the same functions as far as strengthening your hair. However, it helps in improving the elasticity of your hair, preventing with breakage with your hair, and it also has moisture binding abilities that help the moisture to last longer in your hair. So that's a mouth load, and that's a lot of good products. I'm sorry, a lot of good ingredients in a deep conditioner. So you have the moisture from the aloe vera, you have the silk protein that's going to help that moisture to last a little bit longer. The coconut oil is still good because it has fatty acids in it. It still has good things in it. It's just a matter of how you use it, how much you use it, and how often you use it. So this is one of my favorite conditioners. The Slip is great. Why can I get the label? Okay. I'm going to try and put a slide. If you follow me on Instagram, more than likely I'm going to do like a compilation of my favorite deep conditioners in there too. So you can see it in action, because I don't want to just make recommendations and I never used it before. So that's the first one. So the next one we're going to move on to is from Tora Amor. It's her Mackinac collection. And this one is the deep conditioner. And so I'm just going to show you how that looks. It smells divine. I have so many of her products in my collection. I don't even know, like, I have like 3 of these, and I need to finish them all at once. Again, don't be too much of a product junkie, because then you're not going to know what you have. But I am recommending to you throughout all the products that I have that I really love and that I know my hair reacts well to. And so I want to make sure I recommend that to you. So this is how it looks. It's more of a pink color, and this is very creamy as well. It's thick, but it's also creamy. It's not as creamy as the LuxLocks Curls Deep Conditioner that I showed you. So this one you may have to work a little bit more into your hands and really melting it into your hair by applying heat when you deep condition. And then when we get into the herbs part and adding to your deep conditioners, amazing. So all the herbs that I am going to recommend, I've applied to all the deep conditioners that I'm going to tell you about, and can be added to any deep conditioner. They really, really just kind of boost your deep conditioning treatment when you add herbs to it. So if you see me doing this, I'm just adding the deep condition to my hair. Hello, everyone who's joining. I'm not ignoring you at all. I just want to make sure I stick to doing this, and then any questions that you guys have, just leave it in the chat box, and we'll get to that toward the end. So with this product, the main ingredients, aloe leaf juice. Majority of these things have aloe vera and aloe leaf juice in it, which is amazing. Aloe is amazing in general when it comes to our hair. So aloe leaf juice, mango butter. This has mango butter too. Shea butter, sweet almond oil, maca root extract. So again, with certain deep conditioners and products, you have to know your hair. If you have finer hair, if you have low porosity hair, high porosity hair, how your hair is going to react to it. My mom has high porosity. She has thick hair like me, but her hair felt weighed down by this because of all the moisture that's in it. So you have to know your hair, and if it's going to be too moisturizing, if it's going to do moisture overload. So you want to be careful. But majority of you and the majority of the people that ask questions are looking for things that help with moisture. So these deep conditioners are great for that. Now, my mom could have put too much. You have to know kind of if you put a little, if you put a little, if you have to add a little bit more to a certain section of your hair that needs more moisture. So again, trial and error. So this is the benefits of the aloe is to help soothe the scalp and the hair. We've kind of talked about that. It provides nourishment and moisture. The mango butter and shea butter is going to play the role in locking in the moisture into your hair strands. And let's talk about maca root because that's a different ingredient that's in this deep conditioner. It's known to stimulate blood microcirculation in the scalp skin, and thereby it's boosting the amount of nourishment that reaches the hair follicles and it impacts new growth. So it's going to help with growing, flourishing hair. And who doesn't want that? So the maca root is basically an ingredient that kind of just blends in with all those other moisturizing ingredients that are in there that are going to really help to lock in everything into your hair and provide those benefits of healthy, nourishing hair. So I love this because it has very clean ingredients in it, and it really has helped my hair to prosper. All of these products that I'm recommending. So this is definitely another great moisturizing deep conditioner. So now we're going to get into Unicurl is another brand. So this is the Moisture Fantasy moisturizing conditioner. Now she has remixed this deep conditioner that now has kiwi and dragon fruit. So I'm going to be talking about the remixed one because this is the one when it first came out, and I'll talk about the ingredients that are in the new one now. It's pretty much the same. She just added those two new ingredients into it. What I love about this, and most of y'all know, when you're doing your deep conditioner, it's like, do I have to really get out the shower and wait 45 minutes or 30 minutes, 20 minutes to let this sit in? This you only have to leave in for 5 minutes. So the ingredients in here really work into your hair so you don't have to make it an overly long deep conditioning treatment. Now, if you want to leave it longer, you can. But if you have like a wash week where it's like, you know what, I need something a little bit quick this week as far as deep conditioning is concerned, and you don't want to skip that step, this will be a great conditioner to use. So aloe vera juice, babusu oil, can never pronounce that right, shea butter, almond oil, dragon fruit, passion fruit, and kiwi extract. So let's get into those ingredients. Now, the slip in this is amazing. It gives you a little tingling effect to your scalp, so you really feel your pores opening up. And so the fruit extracts are packed in this conditioner. And let's touch on the benefits of them. The dragon fruit has vitamins that combat hair loss, weak hair, and it hydrates your hair naturally. And the antioxidants help to strengthen your hair. The kiwi is full of zinc and vitamin C that helps to prevent hair loss as well and combat dandruff. So if you have any issues with flaking scalp or just itchy scalp, because I know that's a big issue with me, this is really refreshing for your scalp, and it's really going to help nourish it, get that moisture back in there so that you don't have a dry scalp after shampooing. So this is another one of my favorites, and definitely a great one if you kind of just want to be in and out. And this is definitely good. This is protein free. This is also protein free. And they're great to use weekly or every time that you wash your hair. So keeping that in mind as well. Next one we're moving on to, this one has some protein in it. Now, whether you are protein sensitive or not, protein is important because you need to be able to strengthen your hair and so that it's not prone to that breakage. So for someone else, they might be able to do protein treatments a little bit more often than you. You have to gauge how often you should do it. Some people could do it every 4 weeks, or every 4 to 6 weeks is usually how I kind of gauge a time frame. I think that's like a nice middle ground for everyone. Every 4 to 6 weeks, you should be doing a protein treatment. So this conditioner I love from Nature's Little Secret. You can see. And it has coconut and goat's milk. So the consistency of this is also thick, very thick, but creamy as well. But it's very thick when you grab it in. There's a little bit of herbs going on in there. I had left over from one of my other deep conditioner treatments. So that's fine. I don't want to show you inside of there, but it's white. It's a white consistency. So if you are gray hair or silver hair, if you're on here, it's definitely safe to use. So let's get into the ingredients of this. So obviously the main, the key ingredients here is coconut and goat's milk. So it's actually coconut milk and goat's milk. It's not just coconut on its own. So you also might realize that your hair might like coconut milk, but maybe not coconut oil. There might be a little bit of difference there. So again, if you are protein sensitive, I would rotate this every 4 to 6 weeks, depending on how your hair reacts to it. But the coconut and goat's milk are full of protein, and it promotes a healthy scalp, prevents dryness, and it manages your hair and makes it a little bit softer. So I love applying this into my hair and doing the heat and let it really melt into my curls. And I feel that it's strong, but it's also soft at the same time. So your hair is not going to feel completely stripped or feel like it's super hard or waxy. So I love this. And this is great if you want a conditioner that has the protein in it and it's already implemented. You don't have to add anything else, and you just apply it to your hair. I hope you guys don't have any. Y'all are lit in the chat section. Hold on. Let me just take a moment. I already bought the pre-poo from Tora Moore and their deep conditioner. Oh, perfect. Yeah, so I love her deep conditioner. You're going to love it. I wanted to mention her Upbeat collection, but it seems like it's more seasonal, and she may or may not be putting it back. So I didn't want to get y'all attached to the Upbeat collection that she has. But if she does keep it, that is like blows you out the water for moisture. That's another great line too. My kids call me the product hoarder. Yeah, it's a struggle out here. Yes, some of the deep conditioners have butters in it. Like I mentioned, mango butter and shea butter. Also, let me see. Yes, kiwi. I love kiwi. It's amazing. It's amazing. And we can see the benefits of the fruit extracts in our hair. She decided to get poofy from a beautiful 3-strand. Oh, my sister's hair. Yeah. She was trying to do a twist out, and it revolted on her. So we'll talk about that. Styles is a whole nother thing. I definitely know the struggle with that. So we got 3 deep conditioners down. Now, no, 4 actually. So now let's move on to the last 2 that I have here. The next one's going to be from, actually I have 3 more. It's going to be from Curls Dynasty Pumpkin Mint Deep Treatment Mask. So this is going to be one that says it's a mask. And so if you missed it in the beginning, I was basically saying the difference between a regular deep conditioner and a mask treatment. So with the mask treatment, it's a little bit, it aids more in strengthening your hair and maintaining the moisture in your hair longer, versus the deep conditioning treatment, it's putting that moisture in, but it softens your hair. So it's more on moisturizing and softening. The mask is moisturizing, but makes it last a little bit longer. So you can do this, I would say every other wash week. You have to see what your hair needs during that time. So the main ingredients in this particular treatment, I want to show you. This is a little bit more thin. Oh, this is a brand new one. I didn't want to open this up. I don't know where my old one is, but let me see. Is this a little bit thinner? This one's kind of more of a creamy consistency. I don't want to open this up yet. I don't know why I'm weird like that. I just want to keep it sealed. But it's more of it's like this consistency from the Luxlox Curls one. It's creamy and milky, but it also, you can work it through your hair. I just love this deep conditioner so much because I definitely feel that moisture going into my hair like immediately. So let's talk about the key ingredients. Organic aloe juice, blood orange extract, fig fruit extract, peppermint leaf extract, and yucca leaf extract. A lot of extracts here. So another Moisture Punch deep conditioning mask that aids in repairing dry hair and getting the moisture back into your hair strands. So the blood orange extract has anti-inflammatory properties. This can help aid in a healthy scalp and hair growth. So again, if you have any scalp conditions like dandruff, psoriasis, seborrheic dermatitis, where your scalp just gets very irritated, that's a good ingredient to have in there. Peppermint extract is great. Another favorite one of mine. It increases the blood circulation to your scalp, which aids in hair growth, and it soothes your scalp. Fig fruit extract contains vitamin K, which helps to maintain healthy hair, and also has magnesium, which helps to slow down hair loss. So a lot of great ingredients in here that do a lot of great things that all of us want. Hair growth, moisture, a healthy scalp. Well, healthy scalp is very important. That's the first thing that you want. But a lot of great things that these deep conditioners do. And also realizing, because a lot of people say, oh, how do you grow healthy hair? How do you do this? Consistency, being consistent, doing your deep conditioning treatments or deep conditionings in general every wash week, whenever that time may be. But deep conditioning, don't skip it. Make sure that you're doing it constantly. That's super important. Now, the next one that I recommend and love, this is kind of like whipped. This gives like a whipped consistency to me. This is from Earthborn Organics. I love this deep conditioner, and this is a mask as well. It's a deep conditioning mask, and let me see if I can. Is this a brand new one too? What is with me with grabbing these new ones? I'm sorry, y'all. I really can't open these up. But this has like a whipped consistency and is very like creamy at the same time. And you can just tell that it just melts into your hair. I love this stuff so much. I have videos on using majority of these, I think, on my YouTube. And seeing it in action and with my hair. I mean, it just love this deep conditioning mask. So let's talk about the ingredients. It has camellia oil, jojoba oil, argan oil, and agave nectar. Very simple ingredients, but very important ones. The slip is great. It really aids in detangling and melting into your hair. The camellia oil, it keeps your scalp supple, helps to fight frizz, and it restores the color of gray hair. Did you know that? I didn't know that. And I think that that's important for any of you who are silveristas here. That's great to know. I never knew that camellia oil does that. Now, jojoba oil, argan oil is great. Agave nectar obviously is kind of like honey. It adds that moisture back into your hair. So it's a very moisture punch deep conditioning mask. So definitely a great one to check out. Now, the next one, or the last one that I'll be mentioning, I don't have it with me because I finished it, but I wanted to mention it because I really do love it. It's from Chocolate Kinks and Curls. It's Aloe Colada Deep Conditioning Treatment. It smells like, to me, a pineapple Jolly Rancher. And the reason why I say Jolly Rancher is because it just has this like candy smell. It smells so good. And it's like amazing for the summer. So, well, it's not for summer season, but like, certain scents that you're attracted to in certain seasons, definitely a summer scent. So the important ingredients that I wanted to talk about in here is aloe butter, agave, panthenol, and calendula. So the ingredient panthenol, it helps with split ends and breakage. I know for me, that is like a big thing. Breakage, especially like in the crown of your hair and where you just have a lot of manipulation, because sometimes I'm manipulating my hair a lot, especially, at night. And that's why it's important that I use my satin scrunchies. But that ingredient aids in helping with split ends and breakage. And this will then lead to retaining length. So the less breakage you have, the more you can keep the length of your hair. Also, the aloe butter versus aloe juice or aloe leaf extract. The aloe butter adds softness to your hair, and it's completely natural. So it's a little bit more moisturizing than actually using the aloe in like a liquid form. And the calendula aids in adding moisture to a dry scalp. It removes dandruff. It helps the follicle to grow, leading to thicker hair. And the agave acts as a humectant. And so that's why I didn't really touch on it in the previous one, because some deep conditioners kind of mimic the same ingredients. So you'll kind of know what they aid in when you read other ones. So the agave is a humectant, which humectants draw moisture out of the air. And so that's going to create the moisture to come back into your hair throughout the week. That really locks in the moisture into your hair as well. It really melts into your curls. It's easy to help with detangling and getting knots out of your hair too. So those are all of my deep conditioner masks and regular deep conditioners that I recommend. And so that was a total of 6 of them. So now we're going to get into herbs, which are something that you can add to the deep conditioner. Any of these deep conditioners, mix them and add them to your hair. that's going to really elevate your deep conditioning treatment. Now, again, a lot of these things kind of mimic the same properties, but the more that you have them in there and it just sits on your hair, it's going to love it. Trust me. So I'm going to be breaking down a few of them. They can be purchased on Amazon, any of these. The ones that I received were from a company, but she's no longer up in business right now. So you can purchase these, like I said, on Amazon. So you can just check them out and see what size you want to get. I'm pretty sure they come in like small or huge bulk sizes. So Amla powder. This is rich in antioxidants. It's another anti-inflammatory, and it helps with scalp conditions. So it's going to prevent hair loss, treat dandruff, increase hair thickness, and promote hair growth. Honestly, Amla powder is one of my favorites that I've personally used. All of these that I'm mentioning are the ones that I've used. Then we got Brahmi root. It's an Ayurvedic herb which promotes in hair growth and repairs damaged follicles. So again, if you have damaged hair or super dry hair, it's great to add into your deep conditioner. This is going to help strengthen your roots, make your hair more dense and shinier. It aids in chronic hair problems, again, the scalp issues with dandruff or psoriasis, any scalp conditions, and controlling that dandruff because it's adding that moisture back into your hair. Then we have Shukakai powder. Another favorite of mine. If you watched my shampoo recommendations, one of the shampoo bars have Shukakai powder in it, which is great because it's already implemented. But if you want to add this to your deep conditioner, this is what it's going to aid in. It boosts the scalp, it promotes hair growth, adds shine, and fights dandruff. Again, most of these things kind of do the same thing. You can add all of these into your deep conditioning treatment. It doesn't have to just be that. But you want to add you don't want to go crazy. Usually I'd say maybe a half a teaspoon to a teaspoonful of these herbs if you're going to add more than one into your deep conditioner. Then the next one is going to be moringa powder. This also stimulates hair growth, strengthens your hair follicle. It contains zinc and it contains iron, which brings oxygen to your roots. So it helps to open up and be able to breathe and feel free. And then last but not least, we have the shea powder. This softens your hair. It aids in better moisture retention if you want to retain that retain that moisture. And then it helps to detangle and promotes hair growth. So you have all these different types of herbs that are amazing. You can switch them up in each deep conditioning treatment. You can add a little bit of both, a little bit of all, 3, 4, whatever. You don't want to overload your hair and it'd be like, what's going on? Like, we got a lot going on here. So you want to add maybe one at a time, see which one works for your hair, which one gives it the best feeling. But I really have felt that adding these into my deep conditioners have really helped. And I feel like it also kind of just boosts the deep conditioner itself to be able to really work through my hair. So I will be doing I did a tutorial adding herbs into a deep conditioner and showing you guys how it looks. So I'm working on editing that video for you. I also did a video of my mom's hair, not so much using deep conditioner, but styling it and also doing a clay mask on her hair. So I'm looking forward to editing those videos for you and putting that up. But just to talk a little bit before I get to your guys' questions, the ingredient or these products with the ingredients, the benefits and all of that, I have it written down here. It is in my working on ebook. So I know a lot of this is a lot of information to take in, to remember or to write down. So I am working on an ebook for you guys. If you are interested in purchasing, it will have all the information that we discussed in my past few lives, this live, the next one that I'll be doing, and also just kind of talking about creating a regimen for yourself and what you should pay attention to. And this will also kind of be something that you can use if you do a one-on-one hair class with me. You'll have this information because, again, you can have all this knowledge, but still not know what to do with it, not know how to incorporate it into your hair care regimen. And so that's where I am here to help you and to aid you. And so I have the links that will be embedded in the ebooks where you can click, book yourself a class and we can talk about it and be able to, help you to understand these facts and these tips on how you can use them for your hair. So I'm going to go through these comments and see what you guys are chatting up about. So let me see where I left off. Okay, so we got into, let's see, pumpkin mint sounds like, yes, the pumpkin mint smells like, it actually does smell like pumpkin and mint, I guess you could say. I guess I've never really paid attention to how those two smell, but it's very refreshing, super amazing for the fall. Like if you like fall smells, definitely giving you fall vibes. I love it. Sitting in court with my hair growing into a puff ball. Oh no, are you in court right now? Thank you. I actually did this eye look on live this morning, super impromptu as per usual. But I wanted to show people how I created this. I'll show you guys a little bit closer. Hopefully my eyelash is not flying away. But I was inspired by someone's makeup look on IG and I was like, oh, I want to try this. Kind of just goes with the flow of this dress. A little something. And like these earrings, guys, y'all know I'm extra. That's what it says. Anybody that knows me knows this, like, signifies my personality. I love Chocolate Kingston curls too, girl. That deep conditioner is really, really great. Lunch is over and back to work. Oh, okay. So Danetta probably left already. Thank you for coming. If you watch this later, where do you get your satin scrunchies from? So I don't know if you know MP Tresses. My mom actually ordered a few of them on there. I love her satin scrunchies. I'm going to make a note to add that in the description box after this live is over so that you guys can check that out. I'll put where I get my bonnet and where I get my satin scrunchies because those are good things to make sure you implement, guys. So satin scrunchies and bonnet. I'll make sure to link that in the description box too. How do you use your powders? Okay, so I add shea butter powder to hair oil. Yes, that's also good too. You can add that to, like, it's like an infused Ayurvedic oil. You can add that to your oils as well, the shea butter powder. Do you just put a spoon of it in your deep conditioner? Yes. So I have an extra container. Like whenever we order Chinese food and we have like those little containers left over, I'll keep the little container. And so I have a plastic spoon. I scoop out a few spoons of deep conditioner. I add the little bit of the powder in there, mix it all up, get it nice and smooth. And then once I get to that part in my washing, after shampooing, I just apply it into my hair. Okay. Is there anything else? Okay, that seems to be it. Any other questions that you guys have in reference to herbs, deep conditioners? If you have hair concerns that you want to talk about, please do let me know. So I'm going to add that on here. And I also left a link in the description box where you can sign up for my newsletter because I will be setting that up to let everybody know that who signed up when the ebook will be released and be ready for purchase so you guys can check out and be able to have that on your phone, on your tablet, on your computer, just in front of you so you can see it and just refer back to when you're ready to purchase products or certain things you want to pay attention to. I think that's really important. Because, you can write something down, forget it, or not be able to absorb it the same versus reading it off of something. So I want to make sure I'm too much of a perfectionist, but I want to make sure that it looks good. It's aesthetically pleasing. It's easy for you to understand. And it's not too busy. Just kind of straight to the point, has the information there so that you guys can refer to. Also, there was something else I was going to mention. Yeah, so the next live is basically going to be talking about, let me see what I have here. No, it's not going to be that one. Or actually it might be. So I'm seeing which one it's going to be because one of them I may or may not do because I might save that just for the ebook as a little bonus for you guys to check out. So either it's going to be on leave-ins and stylers or it's going to be on oils and butters. So I kind of want to talk about that too. And being able to know what oils work for high porosity, what oils work for low porosity, because they do change. They do depend on what your hair accepts. We have a live about trimming and cutting hair. I never thought about it, but maybe I might. I doubt I can probably do one like on live, like actually showing you how I trim or cut my hair. Because I literally have to be in my bathroom with a mirror behind me and paying attention. Um, I've wanted to film one, but I just have to figure out an angle and how to do it so that I can look right so you can actually see. I don't know. I'm gonna work on that, Susan, because I know Susan here, I trimmed her hair, and it's probably been what, 2 years, Susan? Or at least a year and a half since I trimmed your hair. I'm like, man, I should have trimmed your hair before COVID so that you can be good and set to go. But you know what? I might even just kind of help. I clip my ends and the knots return the next day. Oh no. Well, you know what, Susan, I'm going to tell you, if you book a hair education class with me, we can be able to, talk about how you can trim your hair and trim your ends, how you can dust them. Any of you who may just want to kind of know how to be aided in doing it. Of course, I am no professional, so I am not going to tell you, cut your hair like this, that, like because it's a struggle. But as far as like, the best way to kind of maintain your ends until you either get it professionally done or feel comfortable enough to do it yourself is twisting your hair and snipping any raggedy ends that you see. That's like the safest way to do it. Also, if you do it with your hair like out or wet, I don't really recommend doing it wet because I feel like that can just get tricky. The best way to do it is like maybe let your hair get old and then kind of comb it out until it's like, kind of afro, and then section your hair off, comb it, see where your ends are see-through, and then snip. That's usually another good way to do it. But maybe I'll think about doing it the next time I need to trim my hair. Maybe I'll try doing it on here. That's definitely a good thing to just provide some good content for you guys. Because trimming is definitely an awesome thing to learn on your own, but also can be nerve-wracking. So that's really entirely up to you guys what you are comfortable with. So I think that pretty much covers everything. Unless you guys have any more comments or any more questions. So we talked about the ebook, signing up for my newsletter. That's in my description box. The link will be there. I will add the links to satin scrunchies and my bonnet in there too. Yeah, I think that's pretty much most of what I wanted to talk about on here. So next week, I will not be on live because I will be going to get my treatment. So I will be in the hospital for quite a few hours. And it's going to wipe me out for a little bit. So I may not be able to get on here for my live this week, or I'm sorry, next week or the week after. I will keep you guys posted. Make sure you're subscribed. Click the bell for notifications. You'll be able to know I'll have like a preview of the live the next time I'll be on here so you know when it'll be. And also, I'll have videos coming out though every Wednesday. So even if I can't get on live, there will be a video. So I will not leave you in the dark. Trust me. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. And anybody who tunes in afterwards, I hope that you enjoy this live and that you learn something, and make sure that you check out the informational links that I will leave in the description box. So I hope that you guys have an amazing rest of your Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your week. And if I don't see you before August, enjoy the rest of the month. And we're getting through this whole quarantine and difficult situation the best way that we can. Remain safe. And I'll see you guys in my next live. Okay. Thank you guys so much again. And Susan, yes, we will keep in touch. So I will be checking in with you guys soon, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye guys.